Hello everybody, Sifd again, and today I got an announcement to make. I will host a Gladiator Guild Management Tournament, and you can participate. Everybody's invited, and the only thing you have to do to actually participate is just write a comment down below. I will explain a bit what exactly you have to write to actually participate in the tournament, but yeah, that's pretty much it, so don't hesitate, just comment down below what team you will want to have, and you can just participate just like that. So let me tell you the rules and what exactly you have to write to participate, and yeah, after that I will just go over the units for anybody that doesn't know what they're named or what they do, and that's it pretty much. So the rules, first of all, is that everybody is going to get 7 units, with each unit being used up to 3 times. So you're not allowed to use 7 archers or 7 assassins or whatever. The maximum you could have would be 3 archers, 3 assassins, and 1 of something else. So there's that. Every single character is going to be level 10. There will be no random stats, there will be no added quirks. Everything is going to be fixed. So in a bit when I show you the characters, whatever you see is what you get. For example, if you see that this character has 1220 life, yeah, every single one of those knights will have 1220 life. So if I, for example, where are the knights? Here are the knights. If I, for example, spawn 3 knights, you will see same stats, same stats, same stats. So every single character is going to be the same exactly. I will change these up. If I host another tournament, I have some ideas about randomizing stuff, about doing some other quirky things. But for now, that's it. And now about how you participate. For you to participate, the only thing you have to actually do is write the team down that you want to use. But don't just write 3 archers, 3 assassins, and 1 knight. Write down exactly where you want them. So what I mean with this is, let's actually assume that this grid is an X and a Y axis. Okay, so that would be the X, that would be the Y axis. What I want you to do to actually indicate where you want to have a unit is, I want you to name the unit, for example, Archer. Okay, and if you want to have the archer, for example, in this little corner over here, then you have to write archer, leave a space 0, leave a space 0. So that indicates that you want the archer at the space 0, 0. So the spaces are numbered from left to right and from bottom to top. So that would mean the first number would indicate how far along, how in the front or in the back the unit's going to be. So if, for example, the first number you say 0, it's going to be at the very back, 20 is going to be about here, 50 is going to be in the middle, 75 about here, and 100 at the very front. I mean, you can say any number you want, but I'm gonna spitball where I'm gonna place it. So if you say, for example, Archer 32 0, I would place him somewhere around here, I guess. Okay, and then with the same logic, we also go from bottom to top. So the second number indicates how high the unit's going to be. For example, if you say Archer 025, it should be somewhere around here. Let me not move this, somewhere around here. If you say Archer 050, it would be somewhere around here. If you say Archer 5050, it would be in the middle. Archer 5020 would be somewhere around here. So that's how you indicate where you want the unit to be. And that's how you're gonna indicate your whole team. So the comment should be something like, hello, I want to participate, or you don't even need to say that. And then you say Archer 00, Archer 050, it would be here. Archer 000 would be up here. Assassin 7020 would be somewhere around here. Assassin 7050 would be something around here. And then the rest of the team like that. So Assassin 100, 100, Worg 100, 100, and that's it pretty much. So it should be 7 units and the numbers after them. It would be nice if you could differentiate the numbers with a comma, not the numbers between them, like Archer 00, comma, Archer 050, comma, or you can space them or blank them or whatever. I just need to be able to read what you're trying to tell me. And that's pretty much how you participate and build your team in this game. Okay, for the tournament, that is. You have the choice. If you're bored and you don't even want to write down the numbers, etc., you have the choice to just tell me the units. You can just say, I want 3 archers, 3 assassins, and 1 organ, that's it. If you do that, I will reduce your levels by 2, so your units are going to be level 8 units. The reason I'm doing that is because I might try to min-max your build, I might try to counter the enemies, I might try... I don't want your team to win the tournament because I fielded them well. So if you just give me 7 units, I will have them be level 8 units because I will place them as I think should be the best way. That might actually make you lose even worse, but I mean, it is what it is. If you just want to participate and don't care about positioning stuff, just write me, give me 7 units and you will participate for free, obviously. There is another way that you could actually do. If you have the game, obviously don't buy the game just for this reason. You could actually load up the team you want, press over here, copy enemy team, and then send me the paste. The paste would look something like that. As far as I know, because this has dots in it, you can actually not send this over on YouTube. So you would have to join my Discord channel. There is a link in the description, and there will be a Gladiator tournament or some kind of channel in the channel that will be for pasting these links. So that's how you do it. But if you do this, I want to point out right away, you should do it for the good team and the bad team. So you should create your team on the right side and the left side and press copy here, send it to me, and then copy here and send it to me so that I have both sides. In case somebody else is also doing this, I will need to be able to use both sides for you guys. Obviously, somebody's playing against you and has the first 2 methods I said, then if you only send me the left side, it doesn't matter. I don't even know why I'm explaining this. Just send me both sides if you have the game and want to send me a normal team. But for the rest of you, just send me the units as I just explained. We'll repeat again. The first number is going to be how far in the front or the back your unit's going to be. The lower the first number, the more in the back it's going to be. The higher, the more in the front, from 0 to 100. And the second number is how high you want it to be, from 0 to 100. 0 is very bottom, high is at 100 is at the very top. And every single number is in between. So that's it. That's how you participate in the tournament. And now I will go through every single unit here so that you guys know what every single unit does. Before I go through every single unit, I want to point out the priority points here I will not be using, but the units use them on their own. So, for example, you are not allowed to actually affect the knight's priority, which is pretty much random, but the assassin priority will be by default something. So every single unit will have their default priority points. I will go through them too after I explain what every single unit does, so that you also know what their priorities are, so you can strategize better. I will not take 1,000 years here. This should take less than 10 minutes. I will go through them really quickly. I won't even explain. I won't strategize, nothing. The health and the stamina and the movement, you have to point attention. The only thing I want to tell you here is you have to pay attention on stamina and stamina costs, health and movement. These stats don't matter at all because you will see the numbers, and these 3 numbers are what it is. It is what it is. So if you see this damage, then that's the damage it does. But what you should pay attention is stamina and stamina cost, in case you want to build something that sounds broken, but because of the stamina thing, they might not be. So let's go through the units. Here we got the knight, just a single attack with the one, and the other one is that he can block a bunch of stuff. So, for example, you have to keep this number in mind when you see other numbers, so you can calculate if this is a good ability or not, okay? So, melee attack and just a shield block, that was that. We got the berserker, which has a long axe attack, which just does damage. Once every whatever. The cooldowns, all of these you have to take into account. I just explained what the abilities do. Punch is doing damage, and then we got this for a knockdown, and then we got also a small amount of weapon block. We got the mace wielder, which has a minimum range attack that does knocks enemies down for a lot, and also an attack that does more damage if the enemies bleed. We got the Worg here, which just has a bite attack and also can dodge attacks. Then we got the assassin here, which does some small amount of damage, can block, can dodge, and also has a shadow strike, which does some damage and also bleeds the enemy, used once per fight, because he can only stealth once, and then he also has the stealth, and that's it pretty much for him. As I said, keep attention on movement speed and stamina and stuff like that, you might care about it. We got the archer, which just shoots. If he's melee, he does almost nothing, and then she can also dodge. We got the hunter, which has a range attack, has a second range attack, which also pushes back enemies, but has a low accuracy. He has a melee attack, which does something. It's not trash complete. He can dodge for 100, and then he also can throw a trap on the ground, preventing movement. We got the pyromancer, which just does one attack, which is this one. It burns enemies, and that's it. We got the cryomancer, which can freeze enemies and also can do this thing. Shots a projectile and pushes enemies away. An enemy away, I guess. We got the invigorator. Now we go to the supports, by the way. We got the invigorator, which this is trash. This is a melee attack, which is trash. He can give a buff, which increases the stats points by 42. We got Most of the time this means damage, by the way. Invigorator, then we got a heal on stamina, which is decent, and also a block, which is trash. 24 is, I'm laughing. We got the Purifier here with his insane amounts of damage, which burn also. I don't know, it seems insane to me, although with such a casting time, maybe he will get rushed down and die. And then he can also push enemies away. That's his second move. We got the Priestess here, which can heal, which can shield, and also she does nothing from melee for damage, I laugh. And she can also give a blessing, which also buffs their main stat for 7.2. And the last one is the Necromancer, which does nothing from close up. He can revive an ally, the ally being 4 units, as far as I understand here. 4 levels, as far as I understand, because he has 48 intelligence, and he can also tear for 4 seconds, which is a big duration. Then we got the Pitchfork Man. Here we go with the neutral units, which can attack for a bunch of damage once every often. He can block a decent amount, and he can also punch for a decent amount. Then we got the Fence Wielder, which, as far as I understand, is just a tank, a straight up meat shield. So he does very small amounts of damage, but he has 1,100 life and another 100,000 life from the shield here. This is a one-time shield that gives him insane amount of life. This could be a one-off, I guess, on a bunch of teams. Then we got the Granny here, which is hits an enemy for some damage from melee, and she also throws a ranged attack, which knocks enemies down. I mean, this is mostly an interrupt, but she has it, so she's melee and ranged, I guess. We got the Marauder here on the neutral bandits, which is hits an enemy for some damage, can block some damage, and also bashes an enemy, knocking them down, or the stun. We got the Brigand, which is throws a spear a bit slower than what the archer does, but does a bit more damage. He has a melee attack, which is meh, and then he also has a root for 3.8 seconds. That might be useful against assassins or whatever. I mean, I guess Worgs. I will skip these for a moment. We got the Rock Imp, which hits enemy doing 120 damage. I mean, these units are trash as far as I understand, but if you want them, you can use them. He can throw another rock, and then he can also melee dodge. We got the Claw Imp, which just does some damage and also dodges melee attacks. It is what it is. Then we got the Frost units, I guess. We got the Skeleton Mage, Skeleton units, which seemed like a good unit to me. It has an AoE attack that freezes. This is the area size. This is how much the freeze lasts, so 4 seconds seems a lot. And also he has a shield, which if attacked, freezes the enemies that attacked for 4 seconds. Still seems insane. And he also has localized text not found. And if I understand this ability correctly, the moment he tries to attack melee, he crashes the game. So that seems really broken, but I don't know how this exactly works. I'm making fun, of course. Skeleton Assassin here. He's not a real assassin. He's like a tank, I guess. I mean, he doesn't have health, but whatever. He can attack from close up and also does double damage against frozen enemies. Combos with his friend there. Block almost nothing and dodge a small amount of damage here. So that's the freeze team. And then we got the last team, which would be the curse team. We got the Executioner, which actually let's start with the Cursor because otherwise that doesn't make sense. We got the Afflictor here, which casts a curse, reducing the main stat by 8. And also she can give a shield, which whoever attacks the shielded unit gets cursed and loses 8 stat. But getting cursed is better than just making the enemies lose stat, because we got the Executioner here, which hits an enemy, dealing some damage and 75% higher damage on cursed enemies. Then we got the Block Classic, and then we also got an AoE attack that does some damage and also 75% more higher damage against cursed enemies. So as you see, the cursed synergy is there. And then we also got the Summoner. Last but not least, he does an insane amount of damage, but once every 6.6 seconds, but even more damage against cursed enemies. And he can also summon a Ghoul, which has a level for every 10 intellect. So the Ghoul should be 4 level as far as I understand, and this would be a 4 level Ghoul. So it does 161 damage, deals 50% higher damage, and that's it pretty much. And can I actually see the Ghoul here? Someone please, something. Here it is. Yeah, it is actually a level 4 Ghoul, so that's correct. And the battle. So that's correct, he is actually summoning a level 4 Ghoul, and that's it. And yeah, I mean, those were all the units, what they do. And now I will quickly go through their priority and also their names, so that you can understand what they are targeting and focusing, and also remind you how they are called. So here's the Knight, here's the Berserker, here's the Mace Wielder, here's the the Worg, here's the Man Assassin. I will stop saying here's Archer, Hunter, Pyromancer, Cryomancer. Over here you can see that this thing says ally that is under attack. Help allies that are under attack and need help, in case you actually care what this is. These things will be disabled, but by default the units use the default. So if I disable this, the unit will still go with this priority. So let's continue. Invigorator, Purifier, Priestess, Necromancer, Pitchfork Man, Fence Wielder, Granny, Marauder, Brigand, Rock Imp, Claw Imp, Skeleton Mage, Skeleton Assassin, Executioner, Summoner, Afflictor, and Ghoul. Those are the units pretty much that will take part in the tournament. Now we'll go over these three, which I skipped. Reason being is because they have all the same ability here. They have that when you have, for every unit they gain 10% more on one stat, and that's 70% more on one stat, and that's insane. But other than that's being insane, they already have big numbers. Look at this, blocking 258. This guy does like 400. Yeah, let me go through them. You will see they're really strong. So we will not use them because I think everybody would use those. So he hits 438 and also can block 258. That's it. The reason I'm explaining what they do is because in another tournament maybe I could actually let them be allowed. So let's have all the skills in one place, you know. Spear attack 440, insane. 64 damage block, 72 damage hits an enemy melee, and also the same buff. And this is the ranged character, 72 from melee, 547. It's a bit slow, but it does a bunch of damage. Ranged attack, although it has minimum range, so if you go close to him, he's pretty much toast. And also the same move. So that was the crossbowman. And for the priority points, I think they don't have any. As I said, guard, spearman, and crossbowman. But as I said, these three are not allowed in this tournament. So that's it. You have every single knowledge you would need for the units. The stats you saw are exactly the ones you will get. So you can crunch the numbers and min-max as much as possible, or you can just use the cursor team, or just use the frost team plus something else. You can do whatever you want. There will be an example comment down in the description, so you can see there how the comment should look like. And yeah, that's it pretty much. Now for when the tournament's gonna be held, I was thinking about holding it, I guess in 5 days or 7 days, or it might be earlier. If 60, I was thinking about doing a maximum up to a 64 people tournament. I don't want to do 128, it's a bit too much. Maybe if 128 people gather, I will do 2 tournaments of 64 people, and then the 2 champions can collide, or something like that. So we will see. I will hold the tournament when I see that we gather 64 people that want to participate, and if more gather after that, I will hold another one. Otherwise, host another one. Otherwise, we will go with 32, maybe in 16. We will see how many people will gather. So think about it. So if you want to participate, the earlier you comment, the higher the chances you will participate, because if you're like the 80th person that participated or the 150th person that participated, you might not actually participate. But as far as I know, not as far as I know, as far as I'm concerned, if 200 people, for example, want to participate, I will just do another tournament. So just comment down below. Even if the video is like 5 days old or whatever, you might actually participate in the next one. Yeah, I think that's it pretty much with the rules and explanations. Yeah, that's it. So the tournament will happen in a few days, and I hope you guys, I wish you guys good luck. I hope you guys like the idea. If you did, drop a like, obviously. Let's push the algorithm into showing it to as many people as possible, so that we can have a good big tournament. And that's it pretty much. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Good luck participating, and see you guys around.